She walked out with my boss, but I walked out with a better plan. They say betrayal has a sound. For me, it was the soft vibration of my phone at 11:47 p.m., a message from my boss. At an hour when only secrets breathe. We need to talk. Tomorrow. Early. No explanation. No greeting. Just a command. The kind he used only when something was off. I stared at the screen. My wife, Alina, asleep beside me, face turned away, breathing steady. Too steady. Too perfect. Like someone rehearsing peace after spending the evening drowning in guilt. I watched her for a long time, waiting for a twitch, a sigh, a flinch. Nothing. Just stillness, a lie wrapped in skin. The message echoed inside me. It carried a heaviness, the kind delivered only by someone who knows something you don't. Something they want to watch you break with. When morning came, she was already dressed. Too dressed. The kind of makeup she avoided. The lipstick she only wore for nights out. Never mornings. "Why so early?" I asked. She jumped slightly. Only slightly, but enough. "Oh, a friend's meeting," she said. A meeting? At 7:15 a.m.? When she left, I stayed at the window long after the door clicked shut. Watched her get into a car. Not ours. A black one, with tinted windows. My stomach tightened. And then my phone buzzed again. My boss. "Come to the conference hall, now." My world tightened. Quietly, silently, cruelly. Something was wrong, and everyone except me already knew it. The conference hall was colder than usual. Lights dim, curtains drawn. A stage without an audience. He stood in the center, Armin, my boss. Tall, confident, wearing that smirk he reserved for victories. Victories like me. "Rough morning?" he asked casually. I didn't answer. He walked closer. Too close. "I'm going to tell you something," he said, lowering his voice. "And I want you calm. Calm." As if he hadn't already cut something open inside me. He tapped his phone, turned the screen toward me. A picture. Blurry, low light, but unmistakable. My wife. In the same lipstick she wore when she left the house. Inside a bar. Her hand on someone's chest. Not mine. My boss watched my face, hunting for pain, and he found it. "She's been confused," he said softly. "Lost. I've been helping her." Helping? That word tasted like poison. My silence seemed to irritate him. He took a step back, shoved his hands into his pockets. "You must have felt it," he continued. "She's been distant, cold. She needed someone who—" I cut him off. "Where is she now?" He smirked. That smile again. The one that meant he thought he held the world in his hands. "With me," he said. "She chose me." The words didn't explode inside me. They simply settled. Cold. Heavy. Final. And in that moment, something inside me shifted. Not rage. Not heartbreak. Something quieter. A silent reorganization of truth. She chose him. Not by accident. Not in confusion. By decision. By intention. I nodded slowly, surprising him. "Thank you," I said. He blinked. "For what?" "For showing me where the fault line really is." His smirk faded. I walked out. He thought I was broken, but in reality, I had just begun rearranging the pieces. I didn't confront her. Not that day, not the next week. Confrontation is for people who want explanations. I wanted truth. Not the emotional kind, the factual, clinical, undeniable kind. The kind that cannot be twisted, cried over, or dramatized. I watched silently. Patterns emerged. Her meetings, her late-night workouts, her sudden interest in self-care weekends. Each lie was a breadcrumb. She didn't notice the small changes, my quieter tone, my earlier mornings, my perfectly timed absences. She thought I was slipping away emotionally. She had no idea I was tightening a noose around the truth. I hired a PI, not out of obsession, out of strategy. He delivered more in 3 days than she had delivered in 3 years. Photos, calls, locations, the car she rode in, the hotel she signed into, with my boss. Together, laughing, touching, living a life built out of the pieces they stole from me. But the PI delivered one more thing, a detail neither of them expected: financial records. My boss had been funneling money into something with her name on it, a new apartment, hidden, furnished, prepared, for both of them, to start a life, after discarding me quietly, cleanly, like trash. I printed everything, organized it, bound it, a book of betrayal. But still, I didn't confront. I waited, watched, prepared. Because anger is noisy, revenge is silent. It happened on a Wednesday, the kind of day where nothing should explode, and that is exactly why detonations feel louder. She came home late, perfume heavy, hair messy, smile forced. "Long day," she said. I replied. I placed the binder on the table, the Book of Truth. She looked at it, confused. "What's that?" "Your life," I said. I sat, calm, controlled, empty. She opened the binder, page by page, photo by photo, receipt by receipt, lie by lie. Her breath quickened, her face paled. No, this is, you don't understand." "I understand everything," I said quietly. She stepped back, tears forming, not from guilt, but from fear. A fear I had waited weeks to witness. Then she whispered the words every betrayer uses as a shield. "I can explain." I leaned back. "You won't need to, because I wasn't here for her apologies. I wasn't here for her tears. I wasn't here for closure. I was here for verification. Everything I needed was printed, documented, signed. Truth had spoken, and she was guilty." She sank to the floor, but I didn't move. Her downfall wasn't my burden. It was simply overdue. I didn't shout. I didn't break anything. I didn't ask why. Instead, I placed one more document on the table, the apartment lease, in both their names. Her eyes widened in horror. "You planned a future," I said, "behind my back, behind my life?" "No," she cried, "he pressured me." "He didn't sign with your hand," I said. "You did." Silence. A brutal, suffocating silence. "I'm leaving," I continued, "but not before he loses what he took from me." She froze. "What do you mean?" I smiled, the coldest smile I've ever worn. "I sent your binder to HR, and the board." She gasped. "And the apartment lease?" I added. "It shows him using company funds for personal gain." Her face broke completely. "He'll lose everything," she whispered. "He already did," I replied. I stood, walked to the door, paused. "He thought he stole my wife," I said softly. "In reality, he handed me his downfall." She crawled toward me, reaching out. "Please, don't leave me." I looked down at her, the woman who once promised loyalty. "You already left," I said, "long ago." And I walked out. The world outside felt lighter, not happier, not healed, but clean. A storm had passed, leaving clarity in its wake. By evening, the news had hit the company. My boss, suspended, under investigation, stripped of authority, questioned by the board. His empire crumbled in hours, quietly, efficiently, beautifully. All because he thought stealing my wife would break me. But he miscalculated. You don't break a man who has already accepted the truth. You free him. That night I sat alone on a quiet rooftop, watching the city breathe beneath me. No guilt, no pain, no anger, just certainty. She walked out with him, but I walked out with something far greater. my dignity, my clarity, my power, and a plan that ended them both. I exhaled, slow, cold, final. The last line of my marriage wrote itself inside my mind. Some betrayals destroy you, but the right betrayal sets you free.